First off, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, the Wadi Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, for allowing us to do another video through the Spirit, the Wadi Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, for giving us His truth as word. Double honors to our apostle elders at Great Millstone. Salutation and blessings to the hopeful elect. It's going to be on a video on a blessing / curse of Cain. Cain being the modern day Edomites in reincarnation, which the brother's just gonna go right into it.
And this is Genesis chapter 4. All right, this is after Cain had slew his brother, and he was receiving his, as the brother was saying, he was receiving his blessing and his curse from the Most High after lying to him. It says, let me see, you want the one with the how he looked or the sevenfold?
Oh.
Okay, Genesis 4, I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, "And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground, and now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth."
So I can't read that again.
Genesis 4 and 10. And he says, the Most High questioning Cain.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground." Because
that's why the scriptures, when you go into all the way, what Yahushua quoted, that he is the father of it. He's a murderer and he's the father of lies. Esau is the first one who did that, the first one to murder somebody, and a straight liar to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You got it.
"And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand."
And that's why you Edomites have leprosy. That's why you are cursed from the ground, meaning that you're not going to have the color which the ground has, which is brown. Which you can go into the word.
I got the word that matches up to prove it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I got to read further down.
Okay,
verse 12, it says, "When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth." And Cain said unto the Lord.
And that's what Esau is, man. That's why the scriptures say this right here in Habakkuk. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Because all a vagabond means is a traveler. Everywhere Esau goes, he establishes embassies and garrisons throughout the world. He never stays at his house. He never stays where he's supposed to be. Because he's a vagabond, man. He's a traveler. He goes throughout the world, pillaging and robbing from everyone on the planet. And this is what the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, said unto him. And this is Habakkuk 2 and verse 5. "Yea, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto himself all nations, and heapeth unto him all people." That's Esau Edom, man. He goes throughout the earth, killing and pillaging and going throughout the world, man. That's what all the way back in Genesis. This was put upon you all the way back then. But the flood happened. So after the flood, you came back through the loins of Isaac as Esau, because everything is recycled. You came back right back in your lot doing the same wicked shit you was doing all the way from the beginning.
Verse 13. "And Cain said unto the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear." That's a spirit that Esau still carries to this day. He never wants to accept responsibility, and whenever it's time for him to get punished, he always wants to try to wiggle his way out of it. All right, he's ready to give an Israelite, 999 years to life. But when it's his time, and he gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar, he wants to lie and cry about it. What you found it?
Yeah.
Okay, God. I'm going to keep going. Verse 14. "Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me." And this is Esau is still dealing with this today. That's why here finally now, when you read in Isaiah 13 and 14, it lets you know that the nations are mad and they're ready to rise up against him. Why? Because he's that same wicked root causing problems in the world, who everyone is ready to destroy. But here in verse 10, this is what the Lord gave him. It says, and the Lord said unto him, therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. So, now, where's you going to...
I'll just say this real quick. So this was what happened to Cain, all the way translated unto you Edomites, being his descendant after the flood. Because if when you're marked and cursed to that point, Yahweh Shem Shai put a signet on you Edomites to know who the devil of the earth is, man. Because when you look at everyone on this planet, everyone has melanin. Rather, the Chinese have melanin.
They started out with...
Yep. They fucking threw what's that?
The Polynesians. Yep. Matter of fact, I was looking up the indigenous Australians and the indigenous people of New Zealand, and they all had color to them. And now you go look over there. Now you damn devils and showed up and then killed off almost all of them as well. So you're the odd ones out, as the term is.
You stick out like a sore thumb.
Oh, you a white cockroach.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck wrong with him?
I'm getting that one. That's the one you focus on. Cause I got that. Now to prove that the word, when it says mark here in the Genesis 4:15, to prove that it's a mark of lack of pigmentation. All right, the pale red, aka white flesh that they love today. All right, this is Exodus chapter 4.
Oh, you already got it.
Yeah. This is Exodus chapter 4, verse 6, out of the My Sword. It says, and the Lord said furthermore unto him, put now thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. Now this was Moses. He dipped his hand in his bosom, meaning like in his armpit area, and he pulled it out, and it was white as snow, which should let you know that his flesh before wasn't white, all right? So he was a dark-skinned man. So he put his hand in his bosom, he pulled it out. It was white as leprous as snow, since you bastards love to say white. Verse 7, and he said, put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again as his other flesh, and that flesh being his dark skin. Verse 8, the main point. And it came to pass, if they will not believe thee, neither hearken to the voice of the first sign, that they will believe the voice of the latter sign. And so now what we're going to do, we're going to look up what that word sign is in the Hebrew. All right, H226. All right, for those that may be new, every word and every sentence written in the Old and New Testament, it actually has a translated meaning. All right, the Old Testament was written in Hebrew, so when you look at a word, it actually comes from a Hebrew word. So we're going to look at the Hebrew origins of that word sign. All right, and it says
because everything originally was in the Hebrew, then it got translated from Latin and then to the Greek.
It looks like I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but it says sign, signal, a distinguishing mark. The banner, remembrance, miraculous sign, an omen, a warning, token, proof. All right, so now we're going to go back to that Genesis. So keep in mind, the sign that was mentioned there in Exodus is that leprous white skin, that his hand being turned to leprous white skin, and then it being switched back when he put his hand back into his bosom. So now we're going to go back to Genesis 4:15 to see what that word sign is. All right, to destroy you scoffers.
That was Exodus what?
4 and 6 it starts at. 4 and 6 to 8. So now that word sign, that word mark here in Genesis 4:15 is also H226. Ith, it looks like. Sign, signal, distinguishing mark, banner, omen, warning, proof. All right, so that sign that was put on Cain is the same sign that was put on Moses' hand when he plugged it into his bosom, which is that white leprous skin. All right, and that's you devils. You were born back with that sign, with that mark, with that omen to let us know who the devil is today back in the flesh. Which is why these curses only apply to you. Hey, you kill, like the movie that's popular right now, Queen and Slim. you put your hands on Esau, Edom, a so-called white person, all right, especially a police officer, you're gonna have every department in existence with helicopters, boats, tanks, snowmobiles, water skis, paragliders coming to find you. All right, that's how we know who you devils are. You, which one did you want?
Finish off with Genesis and then
I'll say I can read that thing.
Okay, because you read it better.
Now, this is Genesis 4:16. It says, and Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod and east of Eden, and Cain knew his wife, and she conceived.
Okay,
yeah, kind of.
There you go. It's that.
This one. And so now, just to get an example of that, Cain's blessing being that if anyone did anything to him, they would receive judgment sevenfold. Now, this is out of the book 100 Years of Lynchings by Rolf Ginsburg.
And all Rolf Ginsburg did was he took a whole bunch of articles.
Copy and paste.
He just copied and pasted. He got a whole bunch of newspapers. Oh, okay. But they didn't probably have printers, but he took that article, bam, put it right there. Okay. Oh, this, okay. Bam, put that, oh shit. Oh, put that. It's literally articles which you, Esau, Edom, put out during these timelines to show what you were doing. You wrote, this is your own manifesto, if you will, man. And it's not like we're lying. Like you like to lie on us, man. We ain't got no reason to lie on you, Esau. How many pages in this book?
Oh shoot, 270.
270 pages of a whole bunch of different articles of all the lynchings and killings which you've done to the so-called Negroes in a book, man. And when you look at the front page, it links up with this scripture right here. This is Nahum 3 and verse 1. Woe to the bloody city! It is full of all Salakia. Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robberies, and the prey departeth not. And that's when you look at the front page, man. It's a bloody city, man. That's America, man. It's full of the blood of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's why when John the Revelator, he seen the woman, which was Babylon, he said it was full of the blood of the saints, man.
There was one part, I think it said someone was spitting up blood. Hang on. I think there was, and it gave up the blood of the saints. I believe there was in that Revelation. I just typed in blood saints. Hey, because like the brother was saying, it's not like the author, he's not making up anything in here. He didn't put in his own thoughts. He wasn't narrating. He simply took articles that exist and that you can go find, and he presented them. He gathered them together and put them in a book. All right, so your own tongue speaks against you.
Well, I got what you. Well, I don't know this exact one, but each one.
I think it might be 17
and 6.
And 6 drunken with the
yeah, I got you. This is Revelations 17 and 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. And when you get drunk, man, well, it probably don't take a lot to get drunk, but that means you went.
You going crazy. We devils was going crazy in our death, in our slaughter.
And with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua, and when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And this I'm gonna go to. This is Revelations 18 and 24. In her was found the blood of the prophets and of the saints and of all that were slain upon the earth. So you have a lot to pay for, man. You have to pay for the blood and the saints of Yahweh Shema Shai, the prophets being the elect of Yahweh Shema Shai, and then the saints, man, the rest of Israel, or just in general, the Israelites, man. You have to pay for all those things, man. Even the wicked ass, 2/3 ass niggas, man. You got to pay for the blood that you split on them, man. You got to pay for these things, and we're not gonna lie on you, man. We don't have anything to lie. We don't have anything to lie about, Esau. This is your own author, man. This is another Edomite putting out your own information. That's why the scripture said that your tongue shall fall upon itself. You're being called out for your bullshit, man, and you hating it. You being called out for the good ship Jesus, which you Amalekites made, for the slave ship which were full of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because you Latino tribe was on them slave ships also. You're getting called out for all the wickedness. You're getting called out for derby dosing, which when you shit in a man's mouth and you zip it closed, and he sits in there with hours with shit from the master's mouth, shit from the master's ass sitting in his mouth, man. You have to pay for those things, man. Judgment has to be brought down for that. And if judgment doesn't, that means Yahweh Shem Yahushua is a liar. And he ain't no liar. So judgment is going to come for you, man. The Lord is going to be justified for judging you because wickedness has to be paid back for. And the wickedness of the so-called white man has not been paid back for yet. But it is going to be soon.
I got this right here out of the book. This is page 9, early on. It says, editorial from Springfield, Massachusetts, weekly publication. It says, white superiority in Florida. It says, the noble, this is the one you want, right?
Yep.
It says, the noble and valiant Anglo-Saxons of Manatee County, Florida, are engaged.
And we're the true Anglo-Saxons, man. Anglo-Saxon means the angelic sons of Isaac. Those are the Israelites. That's us. You got it.
Kind of says, are engaged just now in demonstrating the superiority of the race. Some days ago, the son of the county sheriff.
Yeah, because you have a lot of Edomites who like to rep that Anglo-Saxon. You not, fuck you.
It says, and the son of a poor Negro quarreled, and the black was the victor in the boys' fight.
Beat his ass.
So you had a young white boy and a young black boy got to squabbling, and that young white boy
got his ass
face was in the dirt. Afterwards, it says, thereupon the sheriff, which is the father of the white boy, and a number of brave whites, fully armed, went to the Negro's cabin at night and demanded that the boy be handed over to them, knowing what would be his probable fate. The Negro refused to surrender his son.
You're like, nigga, no.
Because his probable fate, more than likely, because you devils are sore losers. Just how Cain couldn't handle losing to Abel, you would have went and slew him. You would have went and took the boy. You probably would have had that little devil. They probably would have handed him a bat who lost the fight and had him beat him senseless down there. Then the rest of them would have came and just shot him down like a bunch of cowards. Because you devils are cowards. It says, on the contrary, he seized a gun, and when the white mob fired upon the house, he returned the fire and killed the sheriff. Then the whites, in a rage, picked up a log and rushed upon the cabin door to batter it in, and another shot from the Negro's gun killed another white man and fatally wounded a third.
Yes, dang.
The mob retreated for reinforcements because y'all still pussy. There's probably about 10 of y'all, and you couldn't
it's one Jake man. Y'all go retreat
to go get more. Because that's how you devils do. Man. And you know what? These Israelites, that little kid. He should have known the.
I know that's fine.
Okay, he should have known the time period that he was in. He shouldn't even have fought that little Edomite. But this just shows you that curse. Hey, if you touch Esau, you're gonna suffer 70-fold. That's the point why we're reading it.
Yeah, worse.
Kind of says, and another. Okay, the mob retreated. It says, and the Negro took his boy and gun and made off for the swamps. At last accounts, he had not been captured and tortured to death. Yep, at last accounts, he had not been captured and tortured to death. But in lieu of this, the noble and manly whites were going about the country.
Yeah, they always like to call them manly whites. He said these some cowards, man.
Some boys.
Yeah, bowers, man.
It says about the country, firing into the cabins of innocent and defenseless blacks, burning up the homes of some, killing others, and ordering a general exodus of Negroes. So killing them and making them move. Mm-hmm. Threatening a boycott on employers of labor who would not discharge their Negro help.
Yeah.
So you got it.
And that's what that blessing / curse is from the Heavenly Father Yahweh Shem Yahushua that he put upon Cain. If you slay one of them, 7-fold of you are gonna fall, man. And that curse is gonna be that blessing / curse is gonna be taken off of you, Esau, because the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is about to start calling you out for your shit, man. And he's gonna, for one, he's doing it by his prophets right now, And then eventually, when the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah returns, he's going to judge you. He's going to put hell upon you. And ain't no sevenfold of Yahweh Shemel Shah about to fall. No, not no more, man. We're not going to fall when you slay Cain anymore. That's going to be taken off you. And it's going to be time for you to be judged for all the things which you have done on this earth, man.
Okay, I got some. This is 2 Thessalonians. Let me double check.
What is that?
Yeah, you already know. Yeah, I'm gonna see. Okay, Connor. This is I'm gonna start that first. This is 2 Corinthians. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day should not come." What day? The end of Esau's kingdom, the end of this world, so called. Except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And that man of sin is revealed, Esau, Edom. All right, and how do we know? We know who we are through the curses, and we know who you are through the curses. Or should I say, we know who we are through the curses and the blessings, and we know who you devils are through your cursings and your blessings. That's how the man of sin has been revealed, and now that's why this place is crumbling. All right, because the names of the Heavenly Father and His Son are being reestablished, and now we're back to pointing out our enemy.
That's why that sign and how Shai is coming was put up, man. Because that's the name that the Lord wants to be put out. If the Lord's name was Yahweh or all these different other things, the Lord would have had that be put up. But He wants when He returns to this earth, man, He wants that name to be known that this is Yahweh Shai coming back to judge this world, man.
I'll just jump down real quick. 2 Thessalonians 2:7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. So the Most High is allowing you devils to do what you got to do until He destroys you. It says, and then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of His mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of His coming. And that wicked root is being revealed to be you, so-called white people today. All right, the many different categories you fall under: Russian, French, Swedish, Nordic,
European.
whatever you want to call yourself. All right, you are the man of sin and the son of perdition and the wicked one. You got something?
Yep. This is Jeremiah 49 and verse 10. But I have made now just start at 12. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh.